I originally started out with the name The Anxiety Variations just as a way to get a feel for my piece, get an idea for my piece, and I wanted to change it eventually. But after I finished choreographing it, I just felt like that was the appropriate title. This is a choreographer's showcase. It's also a workshop. And I think that it really gives me a chance to explore different ways of choreographing. Before, I've come into the studio with a lot of set steps, and I would just put them on the dancers. And this year, I feel that I went to the studio with kind of an idea of like the music and the counts. And I then saw the dancers, and I let the dancers inspire me to create movement more. Choreographing on the school, these students are coming fresh out of class, out of a square framework, and I really wanted to create something this year that was going to push them beyond their limits so that when they went to audition for companies, they would be prepared for anything that a company director could throw at them. It's really interesting just to watch how the professional division students grow, because at the beginning of the process, they're students, and I feel that by the time that you get to that end product, they always go way beyond my expectations. The way that I choreographed the ballet was, I have my own personal anxieties, and I took a couple of those and I used them as catalysts to sort of help get that movement out into the studio on the dancers. For instance, there's essential pas de deux, and I'm asthmatic. I was diagnosed with asthma when I was 4 years old, and the movement is pretty much made from my anxiety of what it's like to not be able to breathe. It's not supposed to be a pretty piece. It's not supposed to be something that people feel very light while they're watching. It's a darker piece. I think that one of the most important things about art is that it keeps on pushing people to experience new things. I'm hoping that people look at this piece in that way, and that by the end of the piece, whether they feel anxious, whether they loved it, whether they didn't, that they at least feel like they were pushing themselves as people. I think that's the most important thing about art, and I hope that is a contribution that I can make to my art.